I think it's that thing of the link in the landscape. So the reason that this was the heart of a kingdom 1400 years ago is because it's so agriculturally rich. This is some of the best land for growing barley and rye, the hills of the junipers, for the upland grazing of cattle and the sheep and goats, and that's what you get coming all the way through because the landscape is so rich.
We're standing in a little pocket of Northumberland that is really, really important, of quite significant value in terms of its storytelling power and all the things that go on here. And I don't think we've been great at telling those stories for a long time.
So Lammas is the Anglo-Saxon festival of harvest. So it's the time of year when 1400 years ago they would have come together to celebrate the first fruits of the fields coming in, the first barleys, the first wheats, the first rye. And they would have celebrated then harvest for the next couple of months, but this is the main feast where you would have got together and eaten and drank and been merry.
Gaderung is an Anglo-Saxon term for the gathering, and it just felt like a really natural name for what we think is going to be a great celebration and a kind of coming together of, you know, it's Northumberland and the wider northeast supply chain, and a real celebration of regional provenance, origin, and just really bringing out the important stories that I think make Northumberland what it is.
You can taste the landscape through the honey because it is the direct expression of what the flowers are contributing to it. So, you know, if you were in a monoculture of just pure oilseed rape, then the honey would have that oilseed rape taste. Where we've got a lot of wildflower meadows and hawthorn, wildflowers, sycamore trees, lime trees, we end up with a really nice, diverse flavoured honey. And it's been proven that a diverse honey is good for bees, but also good for people. So the bees have good access to forage and flowers all the way through the year.
Northumberland is surely the last place in England where you get freshness. You get the cleanest natural environment in England. And you get these wonderful, empty, open spaces where you get a variety of plants growing, like the juniper here, Douglas fir up there. We've got hawthorn, blackthorn, all sorts of things in this tight area here. And gin is a brilliant product to take very small, very aromatic parts of these plants and turn into something which is well valued by people. And we had the chance to take the very best of that fresh Northumbrian flavour and turn it into a gin which isn't just a Northumbrian gin, it's a really classic gin which carries within it the elements of what gin should be, which is about freshness and brightness. And you get that because you're able to harvest from these bushes just a couple of 100 metres away from the distillery.
Our flour is cold stone ground wholemeal. We're using this particularly good high protein bread milling wheat. So it's amazing for bread, and bakers and home bakers both like it. So we're feeding that through a pair of stones. Grains going in the centre, just the top stone is turning, and every so often you'll see a little puff of flour coming out the bottom. So this cold stone ground process is the best you can get, and I can confidently say this is the best flour in Northumbria. The lack of any temperature in there, the cold nature of the stones due to their mass and their slow speed, doesn't damage the grains, doesn't heat it up at all. Try and let what's in there fall out. So even simple things like tying on a bag and a bit of string. I like the fact when I'm doing this that I can remember thousands of people have done this for maybe 1,000 years, fairly broadly similar ways to what I have. Sometimes it's not the complexity of skill, but just the fact that it gives you a feeling of, I don't know, connection to those generations and those different people who went before you.
We don't often celebrate it enough.
We don't.
We don't say enough about it. We're not proud enough about being from the northeast, being Northumbrian, that it's of here.
It's of here. And actually, calling it the Gaderun, I think that's why it was really important. It was important to overstate that this was a special thing. and it was a coming together of ideas and a celebration of identity and history and heritage. Could have very easily said, we are doing a Northumberland food festival.
Exactly.
It isn't that.
No.
It's not that, it's more than that.